Good morning, Forest. I'm Tori.
And I'm Hallie.
And today's date is Thursday, September 3rd, and on today's show we're going to take a look at how our school is staying safe during COVID.
Sophomores, juniors, and seniors, make sure to start bringing back textbooks, as well as wearing your school ID from last year.
In activities, you can purchase your FHS gear, including Forest hoodies, t-shirts, and quarter zips. You can also pick up an officer application in activities due today.
Before we were back in school, CAT Crew held the annual freshman orientation, with some changes to their plan of action.
After 5 long months of being away from school, the Forest family is ready to welcome everybody home. CAT Crew especially is excited to introduce the incoming freshmen to Forest. While the transition from middle to high school isn't always the easiest, that's what CAT Crew is here to help with.
CAT Crew is a group of leaders here to help freshmen into high school the easiest way possible.
2020 has come with many of its own challenges, including the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. This global crisis has created many obstacles for leaders around the world, including Forest-owned CAT Crew leaders.
This year's CAT Crew, we had to do 4 orientations to limit the spread of COVID and keep everyone social distance. And normally we don't do 4, normally we only do 1. So it kind of didn't let the freshmen meet everyone in their class, and they only got to meet 100 people at once. So it was a little different that way.
While CAT Crew did their best to give the incoming freshmen the best possible introduction to Forest, they were unable to give them the best introduction to each other. This only created an extra opportunity for these CAT Crew leaders to do what they do best by being kind and being leaders throughout campus.
I plan to lead differently this year by still reaching out to all my freshmen and just trying to make everyone feel as welcome as possible, even from a distance. I think the most important part about CAT Crew is the emotional connection and trying to make as many friends as possible.
The most important part about CAT Crew is kindness. To be on the CAT Crew team, like the only really qualification you have to have is kindness, and you also have to be like a junior or senior, but we really just look for kindness in every one of our CAT Crew leaders.
These leaders are not only passionate about their love for Forest, but share a passion for building relationships like the leaders before them.
When I was a freshman, I did not know anyone. I came from Fort King, and so not many of my friends came to Forest. They all went to Vanguard. Meeting CAT Crew and meeting my CAT Crew leader, it really helped me make friends and be a part of a community.
These leaders hope that their kindness and leadership go beyond just one afternoon at orientation and are always a smiling face around campus. For WCAT, this has been Ashley Glenn reporting.
If you're interested in trying out for the dance team, tryouts are September 8th through September 10th. Same as Rose in room 148.
Let's pass it over to Liam with our sports for today.
Good morning, Forest. I'm Liam with your sports news for today. After coming back from a long break, our sports teams are getting ready for a big season. Cross country's first race is Saturday at Horse Park, starting at 7. Now let's go to Ava with more information about cross country.
All right, ready? Go!
With the start of school comes the start of fall sports, and while they may look a little different this year, our cross country team has been preparing all summer long.
Over the past summer, we've done workouts and we've done long runs. We've done speed work. We actually have speed work tomorrow, and we've been doing all different types of workouts to get us the best prepared.
Not only have they been preparing all summer, they practice almost every day in the mornings and afternoons as well.
Past years we've had to run all together as a group and everything, and now we have to go separately. We have to stay 6 feet apart, and it's really hard to run with people that you're the same speed as when you have to run separated from them.
And while the runners have been working hard this summer, a lot of the team's success will be owed to the guidance of their coach.
I feel like we do have quite a bit of potential with some newcomers that came out, as well as some seniors that have developed and made quite a few strides over the summer.
Our cross-country team is ready for a successful season, and we can't wait to see all they accomplish. For WCAT, this has been Ava reporting.
If you're interested in cross country, make sure to go to Mrs. Delk in the front office. With the continuous pandemic affecting everyone, let's take a look on how our football and cross country teams are responding.
Forest cross-country and football teams have persisted through the side effects of taking precautions against COVID-19.
It's easier for us to socially distance while we're out there because near about everything we do is outdoors. So we make sure that we spread out as much as possible, and seeing that our sport is a little bit more individualized, I break up the team into different groups. So we are in smaller groups while we're doing our workouts.
Well, in football, we've taken precautions since we came back to practice. We had a 4-quarter system. The first quarter, groups of 10 or less, and all the way to fourth quarter, where we have to be able to release, the full practice. The only difference is we've really had a consistent basis of cleaning everything, especially during workouts in the weight room. COVID's had a huge impact on our schedule. We've gone to where we were going to have away games like in Orange County or Alachua County, and right now all of our games are within Marion County. So we've gone from a 10-game schedule, and I think right now we're sitting at a 6-game schedule.
Schedules aren't the only big change this year. The way sports teams practice has also been affected.
We're not allowed to get in close groups during drills. We're not allowed to break it down as a team. So it's definitely changed kind of the camaraderie of the team, just not being able to be so close to each other.
We are having to stay at a rigid time schedule that usually we had more freedom in, and we have to now stay apart from each other, whereas before we could be a lot closer together and it would be fine. But now we have to stay separated and away from everyone else, both other teams and other people on our team.
Even with changes, we are excited for the season to start. For WCAT, this has been Emily Risto reporting.
That's all the sports news I have for you today, Forrest. Once again, I'm Liam. Now back to the anchors.
Thanks, Liam. It's amazing being back in school, but we have to remember and follow all of our new safety rules and procedures.
Don't forget, Club Rush is coming up on September 16th. There will be a feature on every club. Make sure to tune in.
One of the most creative and popular clubs on campus is our Student Television Network. Not only do they produce a daily morning show, but they also compete nationally.
So there's not only a club here at Forest, but there's also a national organization based out of Carlsbad, California. And so every year they plan a convention somewhere around the United States, and we plan and we go over there and we compete against other schools from around the world. A lot of people know us from doing the morning show every morning because a lot of STN members are in the WCAT classes, but they don't only put the work in class, they put the work in on Saturdays, coming in from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. to practice like we would at convention.
To be an STN, you need at least a 2.5 GPA, and it's also recommended that you are in his class. Between the class and the club itself, it's very different. The club is more family-based. We hang out all the time, outside of school even. The mocks, we're there from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Convention is just, the camaraderie is insane. Spending 4 or 5 days in a different city across the country with some of your best friends. It's just really made a good high school experience for me.
One of the many aspects that attract kids to come to this club is not only the board members, but the other members of STN go out and advocate for our club. So when we're out filming or we're on campus and people are like, oh, what are we doing? Like when we have cameras and stuff like that, or we're filming, we're always like, we're doing STN, like you should come join, like come to one of the club meetings or come in on a Saturday and like you can see what we do. If you want to join a club that's really family-based and based on bonding, but also creating content and competing, then STN is the place for you.
STN meets on A-Days and B241, and see Mr. Guest if you have any questions.
That's all the news we have for you today. To stay updated on all things Forest, make sure to follow us at FHS_WCAT on Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Once again, I'm Hallie.
And I'm Tori.
Have a great day, Forest, and like always,
Go Cats!